When I'm walking through the sales floor and I hear salespeople say, we're members of the BBB, we've been in business over 30 years. I just don't feel like that's our competitive advantage. It's actually been going on for probably a couple years. We knew there was an issue when we asked several people what our competitive advantage was, and they were all over the board. I mean, there's so many things that we do, but how do you really find the essence of all of that? We thought a lot about my dad. We realized that my dad, he was a pretty inspirational guy, and he would say things over and over and over again. That's the way you teach somebody, is you say something and it becomes a mantra, and you're constantly saying it. And so we went through those things, and we tried to really kind of narrow it down to really what we thought the essence of three-man movers in our culture is. I want us to live and breathe these values and to be able to articulate them to the customer. We do what we say always. And sometimes we get it wrong. But the difference between us and every other company is if we get it wrong, we'll make it right. When we make a promise over the phone, we're gonna honor that promise. We hustle. When I started in the little office over on 45 North, everybody was running, grabbing the phones. We were all kind of in it together. And there was a sense of energy there. And we want to keep that energy no matter how big we grow. We never want to be that company that gets big and gets lazy. We go beyond. And what that really talks about is all the little things we do that we're not required to do. From the response time to claims, to how much we pay out in claims, to the things that we do for customers. If we start a move at 7 in the morning and they're not finished, we'll stay there till 2 or 3 in the morning the next day. So our guys are willing to go beyond, and the people in the office are willing to go beyond as well. We don't keep movers that our customers don't like. We want to make sure that anybody interacting with the customer is on their game and they're the best that we have. We're not going to keep somebody that the customer doesn't feel comfortable with. We've always listened to the customers. My dad read all the reviews every night. He'd get the fax in, our big technology back then, the fax machine, and he would read those reviews, and he'd get rid of the movers that weren't performing, and we do the same thing to this day. We arrive as strangers and leave as friends. At the beginning of the day, the movers come in and the customer's kind of scared. You got 3 burly guys walking in off the street, walking through their home, and they're kind of nervous about the whole thing. But by the end of the day, there's this ease that they interact with the movers. They feel comfortable with the movers. The movers are gentlemen. It's not just about picking up furniture and moving stuff out. It's about really relating to the customer and understanding what the customer is going through. We're the experts. We're the people who, if there's a rogue mover out in Houston and they need somebody to call to find out what movers should be doing, like Channel 2 and Channel 26, they call us and they interview our people to find out what's going on. We go through an extensive training process. Our movers, they go through an extensive training process, and they even learn the soft skills. We are the professionals in the industry. We are the industry experts. You know that surprises are for birthdays and not for move days. And what that means is we want to be transparent and upfront with the customers at the beginning of the move. There's no surprises. And if there's no surprises, the customer's going to be much happier. The problems that happen with movers is when the customers are thinking one thing's going to happen and then you deliver something else, and there's that miscommunication. And the way we do that is by very carefully going through all of the information over the phone. Sometimes it's a little long and tedious, but it's worth it. And then we send them all the information via email, and then we train our drivers to go through all the information again. So they should have seen our rates 3 times before they start the move. We respect that your home is sacred. We respect a person's home and their family, their way of life, and we honor it because we're not in our space, we're in their space, and so we honor their rules. And that's really important to really understand that and value that that experience with the customer so that they feel safe and secure in their home. I want to hear what customers say about us is that we hustle. And we believe that surprises are for birthdays, not for move days. And let me tell you what that means. Let me explain that to you and why we are different from other moving companies. I've watched this company grow and transform. And those people who've been here since close to the beginning, Malcolm and Arnie and Claudia and Marcella came on the line, they know what the office was like. They know how it was so many years ago. And every year it gets better and better because of the quality of people we're able to get. Every year when we were able to do more moves, we hire even better people. And that's what really makes this organization great. We were like, how do we sum this up? And we summed it up with 4 words: good people, great movers.